and make a video about this because I just don't fucking. Well, I do understand. This is how they brainwash you people. Please pay attention to your Fox News. We are going to go over a video called Demonic Killings Linked to Alleged Transgender Cult Members. And somehow this is going to tie back to Canada and how it's your fucking enemy. Okay? So pay attention.
Story of a cult allegedly linked to the killing of a U.S. Border Patrol agent, David Mayland. On Sunday, Maryland State Police arrested 3 alleged members of the group known as Zizians. Among them, the alleged leader, who was ordered held without bond by a Maryland court yesterday. They joined 2 already in custody. The Zizians, just so you know, have been tied to 6 killings across 3 states. So one of those was the U.S. Border Patrol agent, Mayland. He died on.
Alright. So we got this, right? California. And Vermont. Okay.
Day, January 20th, near the Canadian border in Vermont. And 2 others who were killed were alleged members of.
Did you guys get that? Near the border at Canada. But California, what's that? PA, Pennsylvania? I don't know, I might be wrong. I don't know your states.
National correspondent Griff Jenkins has more. And so, Griff, this will be the first time many of us will hear of Zizians, but apparently the feds have been watching them for a while.
They have, and good morning, Harris. This has all the makings of a Netflix cult docudrama. These Zizians appear to be a group of mostly transgender computer scientists who met online, united in anarchist beliefs, including radical veganism.
What is radical veganism? Remember, these are a bunch of scientists who are radical veganisms. Like, did they go after people who are eating hamburgers? Or are you not as safe around these people if you have hamburgers? Like, they should tell us exactly what these people are into, but.
The 3 members of the cult you mentioned arrested on charges of trespassing and gun possession in a very remote area of Maryland. It included the alleged leader you see here, 34-year-old Jack Soda on the left side of your screen. He goes by the name Ziz. There are 2 other members as well. Allegheny County Sheriff says he has no idea why they were there.
They gave different names, which is a telltale sign they're trying to hide something. So that's why I believe the officers checked a little further, started running some more checks. The only thing that I'm curious about is why they chose this particular area to try to camp out at. And we're still developing.
So they found an area to camp out at. And that would be 20 miles near the Canadian border. But you got to remember, the Zizians, from all takes I can get, are American.
The Zizians are tied, as you mentioned, to at least 6 murders spanning the country in 3 states, from California to Pennsylvania and Vermont, including the deaths of a landlord in California in 2022, an elderly couple in Pennsylvania, and of course, Border Patrol agent Mayland in Vermont last month. Just 20 miles he was killed from the Canadian border. But little is known about the group.
It's a shame that somebody's life was taken 20 miles away from the Canadian border. I still fail to see where this is a Canadian problem. They haven't mentioned that these folks are immigrants. They don't look like immigrants, and nor have they said they're Canadian.
Motives, Harris. Independent journalist Andy No has been tracking them for a while.
I would describe some of the crimes that they're accused of as being demonic. You could say an elderly couple that were killed in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, were shot execution style in their homes on New Year's Eve a couple of years ago. FBI dropped the ball on.
A couple of years ago. So they've been around for a while. This ain't a popping over the border sort of situation, but hey, pay attention. I'm going to show you how they fucking give you trigger words and fucking try and brain fuck you.
Because The killings go back to 2022.
2020.
But that last point here is these three in Maryland, including the leader that's being held, the FBI, according to Maryland officials, have gotten very involved in this case.
Well, congratulations on your FBI for getting involved in things, because, well, they still haven't got themselves fully involved in finding out why those gentlemen lied about the laptop. And, well, we certainly don't know the list of people that were on Epstein's island. I mean, we know some of the people that were there. I mean, but they're rich and powerful, and, well, there's nothing we can do about it.
This is together. Harris?
Yeah, I think it's so important what President Trump is doing now, because he is focusing on the southern border, but you often will hear him mention the northern border too. And we know that the numbers had started to tick up during the Biden's.
Remember the numbers from the northern border to, well, I don't know. I don't think this transgender cult is from Canada. They're not. But hey, what's Faulkner got to say?
Part of his administration. So there's work to do in the north, which is why the president had all those conversations with Canada. And even at one point said that, hey, your option is to become the 51st state of the United States. He was joking, but we'll see.
Was he joking? No, I don't think he was joking. I think he said he was serious, but what did the Canadian border have to do with this story? Other than to let the public know that, well, Canada's a real fucking problem and they're a threat to the States, and when in fact the story was about a bunch of Americans that were hurting other Americans, and it just happens to be that 20 miles away from the Canadian border, where a border agent happened to be and found some people camping in an area and asked some questions, and, well, bad shit happened. But maybe there's more to the story. I don't understand how Canada's involved, but Miss Faulkner, being the Fox News agent that she is, certainly has tied Canada into being the bad guy here in this situation. But hey, you guys buy on to whatever the fuck it is you want to buy on to. And, well, Miss Faulkner here, for not telling the truth, I wonder what her consequences will be when she finds out there's a God. You know what I mean? You reap what you sow, right? Is that something you can come back from? That's the questions I have for you folks. When you try and brain fuck and manipulate the world, and you have a platform like that, and you want to send out propaganda, and you knowingly fucking do it, what are the consequences of your fucking soul? Well, I don't care. You do that. I'm just here to help you try and find your soul. Don't do stuff like this. You know what I mean? Why would you fucking sell your soul for nothing? But then again, who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe when we take that final dirt nap, it's just a dirt nap. You know what I mean? We're never heard or seen from again. I'll still go out fighting for the truth. She'll just be a win-winner for me. You know what I mean? Who fucking cares? You know what I mean? Do the right things. Stand up for something. But hey, America, you better worry about this transgender cult that is from America, but for some reason, the border's a fucking problem on it. You guys figure it out. Maybe you guys can get all the Fox News and say, hey, stop trying to fill our fucking brains full of bullshit. There's enough shit going on. Don't you know Obama's fucking... Anyways, they're all doing it to you, but just, if you guys can find out where Canada's the issue with the transgender fucking cult, that's some fucking vegan radicals. It sounds like an American problem, but we're trying to bring Canada into it. But hey, if we're part of the problem, maybe we'll take responsibility for it. You know what I mean? You Americans out there, let us know we're the problem with your transgender fucking cult.